So if I had one credit card to start the miles and points hobby with, I would pick the Chase Sapphire Preferred every single time. So most people, they think they need the most expensive card, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, that's $795, or the American Express Platinum, which is $895, but they're wrong. You don't need those expensive cards to get into the miles and points hobby. And I've been doing this for 10 years, and the $95 Chase Sapphire Preferred is still the card I tell every beginner to start with. And there's a couple different reasons why, and it's not because of just the welcome offer. I'm gonna walk you through the 3 biggest reasons why the Chase Sapphire Preferred is still the perfect beginner's card this year, plus one change that Chase made recently that makes it even better if you eventually want to upgrade to the fancier Chase Sapphire Reserve. My name is Max, and I help people maximize their airline miles, hotel points, and credit card points. If you like this sort of stuff, remember the like and subscribe button down below, and let's get started. So the first reason why I often recommend the Chase Sapphire Preferred for beginners is that the annual fee is just $95. $95 is a low barrier to entry into the miles and points hobby, and if you're new to this, you're not sure if you're going to like miles and points or not, then you don't want to commit like $800 or $900 for the Chase Sapphire Reserve with American Express Platinum. $95 is low enough that you can commit and try it for a year and see if you actually like the hobby, see if it clicks for you, and if it doesn't, then you don't have to continue, and Chase has the option for you to downgrade or product change to a no annual fee card, like the Chase Freedom Unlimited or the Chase Freedom Flex. You get to keep that credit line, and you can product change to the no annual fee card, and it doesn't affect your credit score, and you don't have to pay an annual fee ever again. That's if you don't like the miles and points game and you figured that you don't want to get into this hobby, then you have that escape hatch, that option to opt out. And if you compare that to American Express doesn't have a way for you to change the American Express Green, Gold, or Platinum to a no annual fee card. So that's just the entry point. The actual reason why the Chase Sapphire Preferred is great for beginners is that it gives you the full miles and points experience after you earn those points. So the Chase Sapphire Preferred earns Chase Ultimate Reward points, and you have the full 3 redemption options. Option number 1 is straight cash back, which will earn you 1 cent per point. So currently the bonus right now is 75,000 points, which means that you'll get $750 in cash back if you want to convert those points into cash back. Option number 2 is redeem them for travel through the Chase Travel Portal, and that can earn you 1 cent to 1.5 cents per point, depending on whether your booking has points boost or not. That's the little rocket ship icon on eligible hotels and flights. And so you can use those same 75,000 points in the Chase Travel Portal, and it can be worth up to $1,125 in travel. So those 2 options can give you pretty reasonable value on your Chase Ultimate Reward points. But where the Chase Sapphire Preferred really shines is that it gives you transfer partner options. And so that means that you can transfer your Chase Ultimate Reward points into airline miles or hotel points, essentially convert those Chase Ultimate Reward points into airline miles or hotel points without ever flying those airlines or staying in those hotels. And those transfer partners that Chase transfers to are actually airlines and hotel programs that you've heard of, and they transfer at a simple 1-to-1 ratio across the board. No weird 2-to-1 ratio or 5-to-4 ratio or anything like that, just 1-to-1 transfer ratio to airline and hotel programs that you've heard of before or probably even flown before. So 75,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points can become 75,000 United miles or 75,000 Hyatt points or 75,000 Southwest points, and it's pretty simple and very straightforward. For North America, there are 4 airlines that Chase Ultimate Reward points transfers to: United, Southwest, JetBlue, and Air Canada, and it's likely that you've flown one of those airlines before. So you don't have to learn a new loyalty program from scratch to get value. And on the hotel side, it's kind of the same thing as well. There's Marriott, IHG, Hyatt, and Wyndham as well. They're brands that you already recognize and that you've probably stayed at one of those hotels before. If I had to pick one transfer partner for beginners to focus on, it would be the World of Hyatt. And Hyatt has one of the best redemption values in the entire miles and points game. You see a lot of people talk about the World of Hyatt and transferring Chase points over to Hyatt, and for good reason, because it's a good way to get a lot of value out of your Chase Ultimate Reward points. You can book nice hotels for way fewer points than Marriott and IHG would charge you. Sometimes 10,000 points or 25,000 points a night for a property that would cost $300 to $500 to $600 or $700 a night. I wouldn't go too deep into the World of Hyatt in this video, but if you're wondering where to use your 75,000 points first, a good simple solution would be the World of Hyatt. And Chase offers that. Not a lot of credit card points transfers over to Hyatt. One of the biggest gaps in this hobby is that a lot of people are great at earning points and they're not good at actually redeeming those points. So getting that first redemption under your belt is kind of like a confidence builder and helps you realize how real miles and points is, how to get value out of miles and points. And that Hyatt redemption option and also all of the familiar transfer partners that the Chase Sapphire Preferred has makes it easier for you to get that first redemption underneath your belt. Okay, so the the redemption side is pretty strong. The earnings side holds up as well. The Chase Sapphire Preferred earns 5 times points on Lyft and Peloton purchases. That's kind of niche, and I don't care for it. You can take it or leave it, depending on you, but it does earn 3 times points on dining, 3 times points on online groceries, so Instacart, pickup, delivery, and anything online. It also earns 3 times points on select streaming services and 2 times points on all travel. And that travel category is super broad. And so this is also another thing that makes the Chase Sapphire Preferred stand out. Like, it's really broad. So airlines, hotels, cruises, parking, bus tickets, train tickets, tolls. If it's travel, it'll earn 2 times points. A lot of other cards narrow that travel down to airlines booked directly with the airline or hotels booked directly with the hotels only, and they don't cover anything else that's related to travel. Well, Chase's definition of travel is one of the broadest in the industry. The card also comes with a $50 annual hotel credit when you book through Chase Travel. You just book any hotel through the Chase Travel and you get a $50 statement credit. No hoops to jump through or anything like that. It's pretty straightforward. If you use that $50 hotel credit, that effectively knocks down your annual fee to just $45. The card also has no transaction fees, so you can use it internationally without incurring any fees. And the part that most people sleep on is that the card has primary car rental insurance, which is a big difference between primary car rental insurance and secondary car rental insurance. So primary car rental insurance, if something happens to a rental car that you rented, then you can just file a claim with Chase's primary car rental insurance. They can review that claim and take care of it. Whereas secondary car rental insurance, what other credit cards typically offer, they require you to file a claim with your personal auto policy first before you file a claim with your credit card's car rental coverage. So primary car rental insurance is way better because it skips one additional middleman. The card also has trip cancellation and interruption coverage as well for up to $10,000 per traveler or $20,000 per trip on non-refundable travel if something goes wrong. There's also trip delay reimbursement that I've used multiple times, that if your flight's delayed more than 12 hours or requires an overnight stay, then you get up to $500 per traveler for meals and lodging. There's also a baggage delay insurance as well. If you show up to your destination and your bag is late, then you can get up to $100 a day for up to 5 days to pay for whatever you need while you're waiting for your luggage. But the bigger deal is that there's also a $10 monthly promotion on non-restaurant orders. And so that's another $120 a year that you can stack against that annual fee. So what I do with that $10 monthly credit is that every month I order some protein bars from 7-Eleven as a pickup order. So that way I don't have to pay any delivery fees or no tipping. I just walk in and grab my protein bars and it saves me $10 per month. So if you actually just use that DoorDash benefit alone, then you're kind of just coming out ahead and you're not really paying an annual fee. And as an added bonus, one recent Chase rule that changed that's totally worth knowing is that you used to be only to be able to earn 1 Sapphire bonus at a time. So if you currently have the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you won't be able to get the Chase Sapphire Reserves bonus. Well, Chase has changed that recently, and now you can get the Chase Sapphire Preferred's welcome bonus, and then you can also get the Chase Sapphire Reserve welcome bonus as well. You can have both cards at the same time and earn bonuses on both cards, which means that if you start with the Chase Sapphire Preferred now, it doesn't lock you out of getting the Chase Sapphire Reserve down the line. So the move is start with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, use it as training wheels, and if you end up loving the miles and points game, then upgrade. You can decide to get the Chase Sapphire Reserve later on, and you can still get that bonus as well. So that's why the Chase Sapphire Preferred is still a solid card for beginners. If you want to go check out the current welcome offer, I'll link it down in the description. The standard offer is usually around 60 or 50,000 points. Currently, it's at 75,000 points. I'll drop the link down in the description, and using that link helps support my work. And if you want weekly breakdowns like this, I also have a free weekly newsletter, which I'll also link down in the description as well. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Thanks for watching this far, and I'll see you guys in the next one.